So I didn't get the best choice of campsites, tent sites, because that's the privy.
Hi, Daddy.
Okay, it's about 6:25 a.m. I'm leaving the Wilbur Clearing Shelter in Massachusetts. I tented here last night. No one else was here. So it was a good night after a long day. So my goal today is about a 17-mile hike to a couple of shelters up, and that'll put me in Vermont. So that's kind of a milestone for me today, and I'm looking forward to that. I think the border is about 10 miles up, so I'm going to kind of take it easy, I hope, see if the terrain cooperates. I'm feeling good. It does take a little while in the morning for everything to stretch out. So the first thing when I get out of the tent, I'm walking around like I'm 20 years older than I am. And no, it probably takes about 15 minutes of walking around, doing some chores and everything for my feet to kind of loosen up and my legs. And then I can start walking normal. So if you saw me first thing in the morning, you'd say that dude is not hiking 1 mile today because he can't even walk. So it's kind of a cool little tent site area. There's, like in the last video, there's a lot of wooden tent pads, a decent water source, which I'm happy for. So I don't even know what the weather's going to be like today because the cell reception here was terrible. But let's get on with the hike and onward. Okay, and now for your regularly scheduled blaze moment. So I've explained single white blaze. That's what I follow north to Maine. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not, because sometimes they're hard to see. But some states maintain their blazes better than others. So here we have a double white blaze, but instead of that them being aligned directly over each other, we have the top one, or if you want to say the bottom one, offset. So in this case, that's going to mean because this top one is offset to this side, the trail is going to veer in that direction up ahead. So you could also see this top blaze on this side, and that means the trail will veer in that direction up ahead. So it's just a little heads up that you won't be going straight, you'll be going left or right. So that's what those mean: offset, double blaze. Onward. Okay, and just probably 100 feet down the trail is another offset double blaze to the right. And sometimes I wonder why they're necessary. There's nowhere else to go, but the trail, you can see, I don't know if you can see, but the trail just curves right around. There's no other choice. So, hey, maybe if you're hiking and it's kind of dark, that'll give you a heads up that you're not going to, or you shouldn't go straight, or you're gonna, tumble down the mountain. So this is just a heads up. We're gonna curve around to the right. So here we go. Okay, I am, I think about 4 miles into today's hike. Went through a small little town in the North Adams area of Massachusetts. And then right after the town, there's an ascent, and it's very similar to the one yesterday going up Mount Greylock. It's just an upward grind of many miles, and that's what I'm in the middle of. It's close to 80 degrees and it's pretty humid. So, but I'm just a few miles from the Vermont border, so I'm looking forward to that. But as you enter the trail, you actually coming out of North Adams, you actually walk up. The trail goes right up somebody's driveway, and I was walking up the driveway right by the house, and the owner of the house comes out the side door and says, "Hey, are you good on water? If you're not, I'll take care of you." So that was kind of cool. But I was good on water, and in fact, as the trail starts up the mountain, there's just this long stream with waterfalls and a lot of water. So that's a good sign. I mean, I can still hear the stream and the waterfalls. So I'm hopeful that means water is going to be plentiful, at least for today. So, but I'm going to keep on grinding. I can't film too much because it's just, I need both my trekking poles. So onward. Hey, just entered Vermont, and that is the sign to mark that occasion. So that is 6 states down, 8 to go. So on the north leg here, I have Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine left. I think Vermont is roughly about 150 miles of the AT. So I'm not sure if it'll be, if they're 15-mile average days, that'll be 10 days into to get through Vermont. And it's also the beginning of the long trail. So it's a good day already. It's I think I'm about 7 miles in, 10 miles to go. So almost expect like a Ben and Jerry's ice cream truck at the next road crossing or something, or some sort of Ben and Jerry's ice cream concession. That would be awesome. But I will, before I leave the state, get some Ben and Jerry's. So here we go, onward into Vermont. Let's go. All right, I made it to the Congdon shelter. About a 17-mile hike today. I am in Vermont. Excited about that. 3 more states left on my northern leg of the Flip Flop. And they'll probably be the most challenging. The shelter area is kind of busy. There's a lot of other local campers here, I think. So I didn't get the best choice of campsites, tent sites, because that's the privy. So that's about 50 feet away from my tent site. Hopefully there's not a whole lot of activity coming from that area while I'm sleeping. But yesterday and today, going on in my mind, there's kind of a theme going on with the higher elevation in the mountains. I think it was Mount Greylock, and then there was another one today. It was just a grind. It was just grinding up a couple of technical places, but a lot of bugs here too. But when I was growing up, my dad, I would consider him a grinder. In his career, in his life around the house, he was a hard worker. He came from what they call the greatest generation. He was born in the 1920s, the Depression era. He pretty much grew up without a dad, had 4 sisters, and I think a couple of his sisters had to drop out of school to help support the family. So he was always working, and when I was little, he was working, I think selling insurance and commuting to law school I'm thinking 3 times a week, and then come home and study the law books. And then keep the house going. My mom was, she stayed at home and raised the kids. So my dad, I guess you'd call him the breadwinner back then. And he was always working. And I think he instilled that in me. He took pride in the house and the yard, and I was kind of his little laborer. So, if we had to move a truckload of dirt, well, that was me. Wheelbarrow and a shovel, move it from the front to the back. So, fill the flower beds or fill a hole in the yard or whatever. But I remember my dad as just nonstop working. And I was thinking about him just these last couple of days. And it was just, the task was to grind it out. Keep going uphill for hours and just keep grinding. And I think there's more of that to come. But thanks, Dad, for the inspiration. So I'm going to jump in there because the bugs are terrible here. I've had to wear this most of the day. I'm going to make some dinner, get some rest, and get ready for the next day. I'm not even sure what's going on tomorrow. But anyway, we're at the Congdon area shelter. Had a great day. First day in Vermont. I'm loving it. See you tomorrow.